Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Jessica.
Hi, Darnell.
Okay, so welcome back to Permission Granted, where you have the permission granted to speak openly and honestly without the fear of judgment. My name is Darrell, and I'm joined by my best friend, my co-host.
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. How are you today?
I'm very well. I had a lovely day today. And
Yeah,
yourself?
I had a good day as well. It was Friday, so the office ended early, and I was just basically surfing the internet.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell by like the episodes and stuff, but we were on like a little bit of a hiatus cuz I don't know, like there were certain things.
Well, the school needed the room
Yeah.
because what they had going on was so much more important. And then there was a holiday, and now we're back.
Which I don't understand what could be more important than permission granted. You know what I mean?
With me, Jessica, Mariah.
And Harold.
Hi, guys.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, we're just
Don't
going to
worry,
hold these
darling.
up. Don't worry, darling. See it on. It's on some streaming service. I love you. Well, on today's episode, what do we decide we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about friendships, right?
Sure.
Okay. So, let's define friendship. So for me, or a friend, let's define friend. So for me, a friend is someone who you can depend on. A friend is someone you trust. A friend is someone. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nothing. I wasn't interrupting. My brain just is putting pieces together.
Yes. Put the puzzle together. So a friend is someone you trust. A friend is someone you can depend on. A friend is someone, sometimes even more than a family member, who you go to in a time of need. A friend is someone that you can speak openly and honestly to without the fear of judgment. Permission granted. Dum dum dum. No,
Bum, 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 bum.
a friend is I think one thing about friendship is if someone is a true friend, you cannot talk to them for however long a period of time. And then when you talk to them again, it's like you picked up right where you left
Yeah.
off. That is a friend. Yeah. What do you
I
think
agree.
friend is?
I mean, I don't have any. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think there's, yeah, my ass. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't say that.
Oh my God. No, I have had several conversations with people in the past about like judgment and friends, and I think it's just human nature for people to judge.
Yeah,
I think we have to learn, and this is one thing I'm learning, you can confirm that, is when you keep that judgment to yourself. You know, I think it's a delicate balance.
I think that as a human being who chooses to be somebody's friend every day,
Yeah.
there are certain things that you have to bite your tongue about, and you have to be mature enough to just not say certain things.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who can't hold their tongue as well as others can, and wind up hurting other people's feelings, right? But I think that there's a lot of unlearning and relearning that comes with habits like that.
Yeah.
And I think everybody can either relearn or unlearn certain things when it comes to realizing how important your friendship is and how unimportant those habits are.
Yeah. And I think also with friends, you learn from your friends. I think a friend should always be adding something to your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, and not to brag, but I think if you take our friendship, for example,
Yeah.
I think this is one of the most influential friendships I've ever had
Yes.
in my life.
Well,
because
I'm an influencer
exactly
with no following, but
you
know.
make influencer pasta.
Yes.
You're a pretty big deal out there.
Yeah.
But
In my mind.
I mean, and you're a few years older than I am, but as as a pretty young person, I
Yeah.
haven't gone through like many phases of life or many friendships in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But during this phase, comparing what friendship you and I have to all the other ones in my life, I feel like I've never experienced this type of relationship before.
Okay.
Mostly because, and I not because of your age or
God.
but just your wisdom and your years of experience of more life than me. I learned so much from you. And I have other friends where, it's like, I learn a few things from them as well because of whether it's their field or my lack of knowledge on certain things that they have that I don't. It's here and there, but I feel like this is, again, the most influential, inspiring friendship that I have with anybody.
Well, I feel the same about our friendship in the sense that we're a lot alike, but we're a lot different. And
Absolutely.
Your heart, I'm inspired by your heart. Like you have You have a beautiful heart. Like right now, you're like taking care of these damn kittens.
Oh yeah, my
And-
cat had kittens.
Yes.
7 of them. There's a lot of them.
Yes. And
They're little baby things.
yes, and you lead with heart. And I watch that, and I learning to pick up on certain things. Like like when I come to you with something, you always come at it from a different angle, in the sense that you'll say, well, think about how they're feeling, or something like that. And that's good. And that's one of the things, again, that you get from a friend, for them to to have you look at something in a different way.
I think I'm like an empath.
Yeah.
I'm very much, rather than going head first with an opinion, I always think of like, I wonder what they must feel like in
Yeah.
this moment. And then I'm like, that's when I begin to develop or form my opinions on the situation.
Yeah.
Because I just, I don't know, what if it were me?
Right. I don't know. I say it a lot. I appreciate my friends. I always say I have the greatest friends in the world, and I do. My friends have stuck with me through a lot of things, and I'm very grateful for them. And I look at Kayla, who she got her degree here at NJCU, and now
Not
she
sponsored.
works, right, and now she works at GlaxoSmithKline.
I thought she was at Bristol Myers Squibb.
Bristol Myers Squibb. I'm sorry, Bristol Myers Squibb. I always say GlaxoSmithKline.
Again, not sponsored.
Right.
And we know that you're watching.
And then there's Deshaun, who's in California now. He's training to be a life coach. I was just saying something to a former friend, and we'll get to that soon, but he's literally doing what he said he was going to do as a child. When I met Deshaun, he was 14, I was 17. And he said, I was going to live in California, I was going to get my degree, I was going to do this, I was going to do that. And he's literally doing it. And it's just very inspiring. And I appreciate him. And then there's, I can go on and on and on about each friend. Blue, who owns her art gallery, and Matt, who's a teacher, Chris is also a teacher. And I just...
And me.
And Jessica. And it just... you guys inspire me, and I look at you and I see different aspects of your personality, different traits that you have that I know that I may not necessarily need, or no, there's aspects of your personality and different traits that you have that I do need. And there are just habits that you have that I think I could do, like you. I said to you, you do things when they need to be done, in the sense that I'm a procrastinator.
I am too, though. Don't take that away.
No, but like you'll wake up and you'll do your laundry. You'll just get it out the way. Whereas I'll wait until the night and think about the fact that I have to do laundry all day instead of just doing it.
I think I have more moments of procrastination.
Yeah.
I wouldn't identify myself as a procrastinator.
I am.
I am an early bird gets the worm type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to wait. I'm very impatient.
Same.
As well as, when it comes to certain things, like I will allow myself to just think and think
Yeah.
and think about it and not do it until the very last minute or until it's too
Well,
late.
I'm dealing with that now. I have a class. There's a paper due Monday, and we've known about it for about a month, and I'm going to do the paper Sunday. I've already got it planned. But see, the problem with that is when that stops working for me, I'll stop doing it. Hopefully I'll get into my master's program, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that the work will be more strenuous. It's going, more time consuming and stuff. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do a paper the night before and turn it in and think I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
But, again, we'll see.
Right. But yeah, no, I have the type of mentality where sometimes I can be really lazy about certain things. Most of the time I'm just like, just get up and do it.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point of not doing it right now? Because if you just get up early and you do it early and it's done, dude, it's not even 12 o'clock. Dude, it's like 10, 11, and you have the whole day to either do absolutely nothing, which is
one
the
of my favorite
best,
things to do.
or everything else that you have been wanting to do throughout the week, but you were working.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, I have to clean out my guest room closet. I'm not looking forward to it, but I have to because time is crunching.
Yeah.
Because we have somebody moving in.
Yeah.
And I got to get on it. And I did some of it last week. And I also, allow myself the time, but also to work at my own pace. I'm not going to do it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
Because I would only do that if I were procrastinating. So I do it in intervals. I did some last week. I'm going to do some this weekend. I'll probably finish up next week,
I have a question.
Yeah?
Again, friendship is, this is all under the umbrella of friendship. Right. Are you still friends with anyone from your childhood?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Elaborate.
So my other best friend, Vinny, he and I met in preschool, and we have this cute little photo attached. And it'll be right here somewhere.
You're so stupid.
I'll send it to you.
It will not. That'd be so funny. It'll be right here and then nothing's there.
It should. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, yeah, we've been friends since preschool. Well,
just put up a random twink. I'm sorry.
we met in pre-K.
Yeah.
And Vinny has a completely different story, and maybe my memory is just like super fuzzy. But he swears that like we dated in preschool.
I've heard that.
And I have no memory of that.
I mean, you probably did have a crush on him.
I know I had a crush on him.
Yeah.
He was my first crush, but it was nothing more, I swear.
Well, with Vinny, no, there wasn't. I mean, first of all, you were in pre-K. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I'm discovering other people. Like, this is my first time being in a room with this many children my age. But I saw Vinny, and I just calmed down, and I was just like, because, it was bad. I was crying. I was kicking and screaming. I didn't want my mom to go. But I saw Vinny, and I was just like, this one's nice. I like that one. And I just sat across from him, and I remember just being like staring at him and sitting down, just being very calm. And I think that's like it's a foreshadowing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm so comfortable around him, and he's one of my people where it's like, do you want to just go do this, or like I can't do this unless you're with me.
Yeah.
So can you come with me?
Yeah, we know that very, very well.
Because I can't do things by myself. And then he went to a different school. And I stayed at the same school. So for years I didn't see him. So that was in 2004, 2003, 2004.
Oh my God, 2004.
I didn't see him again until 2014. However, I
did not know that.
Yeah, there was this large gap in our friendship, because again he moved and went to different schools. Our moms always had known who each other were and were friends on like social media, and they went to the same nail salon. So I would like see him around, but never like be with him. But it's the funniest thing is that throughout that entire, 10 years of not seeing each other, I never forgotten who he was because I had a photo of him. And I guess, me and my mom always just remembered him and his mom and everything. And so it was my freshman year of high school, and I was walking around the hallways, after school had ended, and I was with my friend Lillian, and we were walking, and I passed this one classroom, and it was the debate team. They were practicing, and which isn't ironic. Vinny was on the debate team.
No, it's not ironic.
But he's just
he's a wordsmith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I looked at him, and I was like, he looks so familiar. And I look at him, because I told her, I was like, do you know him? Do you know if his name is Vinny or Vincent?
Yeah, Vincent. And
she's like, yeah, I went to school with him, and I was like, can we go say hi?
Oh my God. And
so I went in the room, and she walked me up to him, and she was like, oh, Vinny, he was like, oh my God, are you Jessica? It was like, shut up. Are you Jessica?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, are you Vinny? And he's like, yes, oh my God. And I was just we've been friends ever since then.
I love that.
And so we've been out of high school for 6 years, but that was 4 years prior. Yeah. So we've been friends again for another 10 years or so.
Well, for me, I am not friends with anyone from childhood, but I still remember them and they hold a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. But my friends now Deshaun I met when I was 17, technically still a child. But most of my friends I've met in early adulthood, some, a few years ago. But as far as the friends from childhood, unfortunately, those friendships, we've just
drifted apart,
outgrown each other. And that leads us to, when do you know when a friendship should end? And I think... we spoke earlier about how the friend should always be adding something to your life. You should always be growing and learning together. And I think when that stops, the friendship is over. And that's okay.
Yeah, I think you and I are both in a phase of our life where we're kind of just realizing who should and shouldn't be part of our lives.
What did Kendall Jenner said? No, Kylie. No, Kendall said it. No. She was like, all my friends are realizing stuff. And which one was it? It was... No. It was Kylie.
It was Kylie.
Because Kendall afterwards...
It's a year of realization.
Yeah, we're just realizing things, and all my friends are just realizing things. And then Kendall said, well, I think if you really wanted to realize stuff, you would realize stuff. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're just realizing things.
Yeah.
No, but... to piggyback off what you said, I know I'm in a place where I need my friends to be honest. And, it just, got to a point, obviously, we're not going to name names, but I just realized that someone was not, Jessica doesn't care for this person, but someone was not.
But just telling. You should have listened to me the first time.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Was not honest. And, I ended the friendship before. And then I realized that the person moved up here. And as Jessica pointed out, this person didn't even tell you that they were back up here. And, which speaks volumes. But, I reached back out again. And, immediately the feeling that I had that I do not have in any other of my friendships came back. And, something happened. And, they didn't really want to talk about the situation. I know this is not great storytelling because I'm being very vague. But I'm trying to protect the person's identity while telling my truth. But it's like something happened and they wouldn't answer questions about the situation. And it just reminded me of past situations. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to feel this way. I don't deserve to feel this way. So I walked away from the friendship. And it feels good. I feel free.
Right.
But I think, again, when to end a friendship. I would assume it's personal, individual. But for me, it's just, when I felt like we couldn't go any further. You weren't, uplifting me in any way. And what's funny is, with Jessica, I look forward to seeing you. Like, I'll drive to East Orange just so we can go to Stop and Shop together. You'll come to Bloomfield so we can go wherever together. Well, we can do it alone.
We literally will just you live down the street from
Yes.
Stop and Shop. I'll go to your house.
I literally live 2 minutes from Stop and Shop.
Drive you there, and then we'll just sit in the parking lot and talk.
Yes. And this person asked, they were like, are you home? I was like, yes. And they were like, I can come see you. I was like, no, you don't have to. And it's odd because, well, it's not odd when you think about it. I haven't seen this person in months. And I was just like, no, it's okay. Mind you, this person works for the same company that we work for. And I helped them get the job. So again, there's no ill will. It's just, you're welcome and prosper, because obviously you're doing great, makes me look good, with the referrals and stuff. But it's like, as far as the friendship on a personal level, we can't go any further.
Yeah, I know that we had a conversation a few nights ago about like how when a friendship is like run its course.
Yeah.
Me personally, having gone through it very recently.
Yes.
I had just, there was this whole, and again, it's very vague, not a lot of information, so it's kind of hard to tell a whole story. But there was this whole thing that had gone down between my best friend and our mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, well, you're saying things about them, and I don't really appreciate it, but the problem's not with me, so maybe we don't have a problem, but I also am kind of offended because this is my best friend that you're talking about, like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So, like, over time, distancing myself, and then he did them really dirty, and blah, blah, blah. And I just had to kind of sit back and realize that I was realizing,
We're realizing stuff.
you're not adding
Exactly
any sort of benefit to my life.
And who's to say that we were adding anything to theirs at this point?
Exactly. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a two-way street, but if we're looking back at the friendship that we had, I wasn't doing much for you anyway. I mean, I was giving you Uber rides, I was giving you money.
But I mean, again, for a friend, it's not what is it? Prid quo? But what is it? Oh my
Quid
God.
pro quo.
Thank you. Quid pro.
Quid pro.
Quid. What is wrong with me?
Well,
I don't. A lot.
we don't
right?
have enough time.
I know. No, but again, within a friendship, it's not tick for tack. We'll do that. That's much simpler. It's like, I'm not doing for you and expecting you to do for me. I'm doing for you because I love you and I want to. Again, with the job thing, I will put in a good word.
Yeah.
And, not to step out of my humbleness, but my word, simply because of, my background at the previous place of employment, it meant something.
Yeah.
And you're welcome. And, good luck with that.
I just blocked them.
Yeah.
I click. That's it.
But see, this person is my cousin's sibling. They have the
Isn't
same
that-
father.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So,
I mean, do they show up to family functions ever?
well, no.
Okay.
But yeah. Again, there's no ill will. It's just the friendship has run its course. It's that simple.
Yeah. No, I had a pretty long-term two long-term friendships that have wound up in shambles before. The longest friendship I had with a person, oh God, honestly, I think she goes to this school now that I think about it.
Ooh.
We won't name names.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we were friends for a very, very long time, from about first grade to like junior year of high school.
Camila
And I was actually talking to one of my patients about my list today.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
She was like, "You have a list?" Because one of the providers was talking about that she doesn't like Katy Perry, and I was like, that's who I was forgetting.
You don't like Katy Perry?
I mean, she's all right. Like,
Okay.
she doesn't excite me.
Okay.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's very, very beautiful. But she gives me nothing.
Okay.
Like this friendship, right?
Oh my God. Yes.
We were friends for a very long time, but over, as we got older and we were like developing and, we're going through puberty and all that stuff, she became very rebellious and spontaneous, and I had social anxiety and discovering my depression, and I was just like, I don't want to go anywhere and I want to stay home. Can you want to come to my house,
Yeah.
And over years and years, it's just like, I don't want to do anything. And then, other things got involved, like really bad influential things, like socially. And I didn't want to do any of those things. And if I didn't, then I was, like a chicken, or it's like, oh, well, why not? And I didn't want to be a part of that kind of crowd. And so eventually I was just like, I don't think we can be friends. Like, this isn't good for me. Yeah. And now this was when I was going through like a really big struggle with confrontation.
Yeah.
Even to this day,
I was about to say was going through.
To this day, I'm still not good at like confronting my feelings to people, either about them or about certain things that have to do with them.
But that's one of the things that the give and take with us, because again, you
I don't have that problem with you.
No, but you teach me like the heart of it all, and I instill standing up for yourself and saying what the hell you need to say.
Yeah. So we I was just having trouble like trying to tell her how I feel, because I think a lot of the things, again, the whole empathy thing, I'm thinking about like, well, how is she gonna take it if I deliver this news in this way?
Yeah.
Should I text her? Should I write her a letter? Should I go to her house? How is she gonna take this news?
An email.
I didn't email send.
I'm good for an email.
And so I have no idea how to do this, and I'm like battling this with myself. And then it's not, for certain people, it's not always the answer, but I had prayed about it.
Yeah.
And I felt like God gave me the guidance to do what I needed to do. And so I just sent her a nice lengthy text, but also kept it pretty straightforward. Hey, I don't want to be friends with you because I feel like you do this with me and I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, and being friends with you will lift the weight off my shoulders. Yeah. Not being friends with you will lift the weight. And she did not take it very well, and she kind of spazzed out and like told me to never talk to her again.
But you know what? What's funny is when you get to that place in a relationship, you generally, you have to think the other person is like kind of in that space as well. Like, you can't, for the most part, when things go awry or whatever in a relationship, no one is really blindsided. There were like, what do we call them, red flags that you ignored or kicked under the table or something like that.
They've always been there.
So I mean, the person who I ended the friendship with and the person you're talking about, I mean, they had to have some inkling that something wasn't right, especially when, for the most part, it's their fault.
Mm-hmm. I remember one time, so I used to be part of this thing called the Challenge Program, for, like, the mentally challenged.
Oh, my God.
Because I was, I had pretty few notches under my belt with my depression and anxiety, and my mom was concerned for my well-being. So she helped, my... Boom, full circle, last episode, my social worker at my school helped me become a part of the Challenge Program. Good. She got me in there because she cared about me. Yeah. And my mom was very grateful. And Jennifer Gal, if you're listening, and we know that you are, I love you. She was my social worker.
That's that's my favorite provider at Metro, the one that looks like Meredith Grey.
Oh, really?
Not Metro, at Schweiger.
Wait, was that her name?
Jennifer Gal.
Her name was Jennifer G, yeah. I think they have the exact same name.
She looks like Grey.
And so, I started this challenge program, and I remember this friend that I was just speaking of, said, I don't even know why you're a part of that program. I should be there, not you. Because I never talked to her about what was wrong. Because I never felt that, like, safety net to go to her about my issues. She didn't know. She didn't know about how depressed I was and what was going on at home and how I was being treated in school and everything else. She's like, I don't even know why you're a part of that program. She's like, you don't go home to what I go to every day. And I'm like, you don't even know. You don't. You literally don't. You think that way because you have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's so funny because, I mean, it kind of parallels, again, my situation. Like, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because this person, I think, is just not truthful.
Yeah.
So it's not the
She
same.
didn't know my truth, you know? So I don't necessarily blame her for having that opinion, but then again, it's such a mean thing to say. Like, if you knew that I was, you know, going to become a part of something, the only thing that you should be is supportive, you know, not like compare our
Compare our pain or our struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And then we're not friends.
Well, I hope they're doing
She haunts
well.
my dreams.
No, she doesn't.
No, she actually does. I have like really
my
no,
God.
I'm serious. I have these really crazy dreams where in every single one, and if you're listening, I'm so sorry. Like, well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. She did this to me. She traumatized me.
Yes.
I have these dreams where she's legitimately trying to kill me.
That's
It
hilarious.
hurts. I'm serious. And it's just so often. And I really think, like, what is, like, the, I don't know, like, the parallel, I guess, like, what, like, spiritual, is it a spiritual thing? Is God
don't
trying
know.
to tell me something? Is she gonna reach out to me soon?
Maybe it's closure. Maybe
She's gonna watch the podcast.
Maybe that's what you need.
I don't need closure. I do not. Oh, when I was one time when I was doing DoorDash, I got a a thing.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. That's what it sounds like when you get a DoorDash
Yes.
order. And it was her exact first name and initial, and like on the street that she lived.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
No. I have a little story about that. I gotta censor it. But there was this guy who we spent time together. That's how we're gonna put it, right?
Okay.
And I was in between vehicles, and I ordered a Lyft, and I saw him, and he saw it was me, and he canceled. I will never, ever forget it. Yeah.
No, I was gonna decline that order so fast, but I didn't. Because I had said to myself, I was like, you know what? If she had something to say, this will be the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like a $16 order. So
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Where was
take
the
it.
order from?
Oh, I remember exactly where I was too. It was like this new like crab shack thing.
Okay.
But yeah. It was like Asian crab or whatever. I'm not sure what it was. Like a hook and reel or something.
Okay.
It was not her. But I was ready. I called Joshua. I was like, Joshua, if we're gonna fight, like I need you to. I'm just letting you know because she's not afraid to throw hands. Like I'm telling you, she haunts my life.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Well, we wish her well. So,
Yes.
what were we talking about, Jessica? We were going to
Friendships
do
and ending them.
No, not that. We were going to do yes, we were talking about friendships and friends and all of that. But we decided that we were going to do like a Q&A type thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. You want to do it right now?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
we
and then
can get
maybe
one
that'll
question. And I don't know the questions. Jessica has picked these questions. And we'll try to answer them.
Yeah, so I got some questions from the Q&A tab on
Yes.
TikTok because we don't have that many fans yet, and
Well, we have millions and millions and millions.
and so do I.
Yeah.
So Harry's actually going to read our first question.
Oh my God.
Who is someone that you are glad that you met?
Okay. So not you, of course.
Next question.
No. I mean, like,
That was a joke.
oh, ha 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 ha. No, I think everyone is aware that I'm very, very happy to have met you. But I mean, did you mean like outside of you?
I don't know. It's a very like vague question. Yeah, who's somebody that you're glad? Did you? I don't know. I mean, I met Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons once.
Okay.
Not formally, but we
mean,
exchanged physical touch, and that's
Oh,
meeting.
He touched her arm, people.
I touched his arm.
Yes. I mean, I'm happy to have met a lot of people. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're annoying. Okay. Are you single and ready to mingle?
Is that really a question?
It's a question, yeah.
I am single, and I'm not ready to mingle.
This was my favorite. How many pounds do you need to lose?
But this is permission granted, right? Truthfully, honestly, I would like, how much do I need or how much do I want to lose?
How much? Okay.
The last time,
Yeah.
the last time I went to the doctor, I weighed 297.6 pounds. And the MA, she asked me,
The
she was
nerve.
like, she had the nerve. She was like, is that a 9 or a 6 after the decimal? And I said proudly 6. Like, you're still like 3 pounds from 300 pounds.
But look, that 0.6 matters. Because that could have been 298.
It could
And
have
it
been.
wasn't.
Right. No, but I have to elaborate on that. No, I'm going to answer the question.
ahead, girl.
I think honestly I need to lose at least 40 pounds, maybe 30. I love how that's funny. No, we're being honest. How much do I want to lose? I'm 297. I'm not meant to be skinny. My frame, obviously, it's not. I'm not meant to be skinny, but I would like to lose 297. I would like to be like 230.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this episode is not sponsored by Ozempic because Ozempic, because your prices went up pretty crazy and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take my insurance, thank you.
Oh my God.
So, I weigh a lot. We won't disclose all that information, but my goal.
You have the permission granted to if you want to.
I didn't ask for permission.
That part, yes.
I want to lose at least 60 pounds. That's like
Okay.
my short-term goal because I'll still be overweight. But,
Oh my
you know,
God.
that's such a good starting point because it's going to be such a difference with my
Oh
frame
yes,
muscle.
I mean, but you see a difference at 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
which I've lost
and
so
apparently
far.
that makes you want to continue. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost 10 pounds so far on Ozempic, 4 weeks on
If
my
you
half
stop
dose.
carrying, I found this Twix in my pocket. That's why
bad.
I need to lose at least 60 pounds.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah, 60 pounds is my goal, like my short-term goal. And then, like, progressively from there, I would like to get down to, like, I think I want my lowest weight to be, like, 170. Because
Okay.
the thing is, I don't,
I used to be 170
controversial
pounds. 173.
opinion, I don't want to be skinny. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be, like, super thin. I don't think my frame and my
There
shape
you go.
would, like, complement a skinny
Yeah, I don't, yeah,
body.
same. I'm not meant to be skinny.
And fat is funny, so...
Oh my God.
Yeah, I want to be slim thick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Let's see. What's your favorite thing to do on the job?
That's a very good question. I like,
Whether it's related to your work or not.
no, I like when I have witty exchanges with, like, patients.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, and you've been witness to that. We don't work in the same location now, but at a previous place of employment, we were, like, together more often. And, yeah, I like when I get to, like, if there's, there was a patient, whoa, HIPAA. Well, I can't talk about their name. So, but I made a joke about Duran Duran. It's a rock
musical,
band.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was like something. It's something just as stupid and corny as that.
What's that song?
It brings me joy.
It's a really famous song they have.
I don't know. But outside of that, I just like completing things. Like if a provider asks me to do something and I complete it, and I get to go back to them and say, you know,
I did
it's
it.
done. It feels good.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm very much like a validation kind of person. Like, I need somebody to validate my work in order for me to feel really good about myself. I just broke your case.
No, good. I wanted that off. Hand to God, I wanted it off.
Okay.
Because when I watch things, it like keeps clicking.
Oh.
Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I'll take it back off. But, like today, when I
Yeah.
was working with one of the providers, and I had seen I just did my job. But I showed her, like, oh, by the way, I did this. It was a little extra step.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, perfect. And I was just like, oh, my God. Say it again. Whispered in my ear.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
Little things like that. But, like, one of my favorite things to do on the job, I I don't like slacking off, but I like the moments where like it's not really crazy right now. Like
No, I get what
Fridays
you
are
mean.
very chill days in the
Yes,
office.
they are. I mentioned that earlier. I didn't really do anything but surf the internet. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yolanda. Yeah.
But Fridays are really chill days in the office, and so there's a lot of downtime, and we just like talk and
Yeah.
like bonding with your coworkers is so
It is.
fun
It is.
because
It
it's
is.
such a welcoming environment.
And you want to go to work. You want to see these people.
Yes, I can't wait to talk to them again
Yeah.
on Monday. You know,
That's a common thread. Like, we don't mind being at work. We're in 2 different locations, but again, I don't mind going to Paramus. You don't mind going to
yeah, but I also talk to you every single day.
Yes. Yes, we're obsessed with each other. But I wanted to say something about the whole work thing. I also like when there's an issue and you fix it. Like,
Oh yeah,
if a patient comes in and they have like a billing issue and I'm able to like go into their financials and tell them exactly why they have a balance, and I'm going to be a bit I guess this is one of my not so great personality traits, but I also like when other people have tried to fix it
oh
and
absolutely.
then you come in and you save the day. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I love that. I love that.
Oh my god, one
Yeah.
time I was working in West New York and Yesenia was like, oh my god, I can't get the printer to get hooked up to any of these computers.
Yeah.
She's like, me and Mercedes have been trying all day. And I'm like, I can try.
Yeah.
Dude, boom. All 3 of them were hooked up to the
Yeah.
computer.
I love that. It feels good. Yeah.
Bet you I could fix this microphone too.
Oh my God. I do have something to say. It's not an answer to the question, but it's a little anecdote about work. When you, like, if you're scheduled 9 to 5, you're supposed to be working at 9 a.m. I
Okay,
wish.
because this is bringing up, I'm
no,
having war
I
flashbacks.
wish that, like, you could go to work and, like, relax a bit before you start working.
No, yes.
Like, you know, we get to work. I get to work, and like, if you're not at work, 'cause sometimes you have to go in before me. Like, I'll call you and sit in the car and talk to you. I wish you could like do that, like at your station before you started working. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Because like once you punch in, you're supposed to start working. I wish that you could like
I
punch in and like
see.
sit, drink some coffee,
Oh,
do your phone before you start working.
oh, I guess you don't, but I do.
Oh my God! No, I can't because I'm, you're in the back. I'm at the front, so
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
patients
wish you
aren't
could.
watching and hovering over my shoulder.
Yeah.
No, I mean, depending on what time I get into work, typically I like to be at least 10 to 15 minutes early so I can
Yes.
get myself,
Because we both
ready
hate
for my
being
day.
late. I hate being late. I hate it. I hate it.
And I'll tell you exactly why. I had a history teacher my junior year of high school
Yeah.
who instilled in my brain early is on time.
Yes.
On time is late. And late, you're fired. Like, I don't...
Well, I mean, that there's validity in that, especially. I mean, in certain situations more so than others. Like if it's your
Right.
first day at work, early is on time is late. If it's you got a job interview, early is on time is late. Like yeah.
Yeah. Joshua, like, completely like, disagrees with that entire, like, thing. And I'm like, whatever, cringe. But, yeah, no, early is on time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there half an hour early, and you're
Like
going
I
to
am
like
to
it.
all my classes.
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
like sitting there. I even came to class, as you know, on President's Day. I forgot that the school was closed. And I have my Monday class. President's Day 2023 was on a Monday. So I get to Rossi, and I'm in the classroom. I was on the phone with Jessica, of course. And I'm like, why is no one here? And I went through the whole spiel about, if it's 15 minutes and a professor doesn't show up, you can leave and not be counted as absent. And I'm sitting there and no one is coming to class, and then it hits me. It's President's Day. Class is like canceled. Mind you, I went to see my mom. I go see my mom every day because she lives in Jersey City. I live in Bloomfield. I work in Paramus. So I go see her before my classes. She works here at NJCU. She did not work that day. And she did not, and I'm like, I'm going to class, I love you. Not one time, I was there for like an hour and a half. Not one time did she say, school is closed. Like, but I love my mom.
Oh, Mom. Next
Yeah.
episode, we're talking about moms.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Mommy issues.
Well, yeah. Any more questions, Jessica?
I guess I can spool one out. Who or what makes you smile every day? I wish I knew.
I wish I knew. Food. Mariah Carey, honestly. My nephew. you. My friends, but work, school. I love being in school. I love being a student. It's a sense of pride for me.
You're so smart.
But who or what makes me smile? Just we're not going to get dark as I tend to do, but just being alive. I know it's corny. It's corny AF.
Yawn.
But just coming yawn, just coming from where I've come from, just waking up. I'm genuinely just happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I leave out of work, when I pull out the driveway, I say thank you, God. Mm-hmm. I say please let me get to work safely. Mm-hmm. And I'm everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're handsome.
Oh my God. But what about you? What makes you what was it? What makes you smile? Who or what?
Josh makes me smile every day.
Yeah.
My dog, my animals. I think about my mom and my siblings all the time, and they make me smile. Sometimes I stress myself out, and I think about like, oh my God, but what if this was the last time I spoke to my mom?
Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. I come up with these like scenarios in my head, and then I call her, and then I love her.
Yeah.
And I smile because I talk to my mom. Depending on what type of morning I have, I'll smile going to work.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Like today, oh my God, I woke up before my alarm. I hate that. And the first person I texted this morning was Steven.
Yeah.
Because I was like, where are we working today?
I love Steven.
And I just had such a good day at work. I just had a really good day at work, and that like made
Same.
me, gave me happy
We love you,
happy
Steven.
chemicals in my brain.
I love him.
But yeah, I think like majority, like to really, sum it up, like my family and my family at home makes me smile.
Good.
And that's it.
And when they stop making you smile, you murder them.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
It's vicious and bloody. Well, I mean, other than that.
Yeah, outside of that. Oh, that was it?
No. I mean, because what else do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, we were talking about friendship. Do you have things that you demand from your
In a
friends?
friendship?
Yeah.
I think respect is definitely one of them, depending on what type of respect. We'll respect always, but respecting, I think, very specifically my boundaries in certain things.
Yeah.
Like if I've expressed to you that certain something makes me uncomfortable being talked about, then don't talk about it or tread very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty much it.
I'm happy you said that. Again, this is one of the things within our relationship is you teaching me. I am very opinionated.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
I am very forthright. Taylor Swift, who I love, she has a lyric that says, "So casually cruel for the sake of being honest." Me in a nutshell. Because I'll say something and I'm just being honest and I don't realize that A, it didn't need to be said, and B, it may not be the nicest thing. Mm-hmm. Whether it's right or not. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things you teach me.
Yeah, I think there are lots of moments where I have to let you know, like...
Absolutely. But
I get where you're coming from, but you didn't have to say it in this sort of tone.
Yeah. Or at all.
Tone is a really big thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sensitive. Very sensitive.
Which is why a voice memo is so much better than a text message, which we had a situation like that today with a friend who we love. She's having a baby. Mm-hmm. But I am learning to respect boundaries because I've had a lot of therapy, and I am no one's psychologist. I'm still studying psychology. But I have a little bit of knowledge from, studying and from all of the therapy that I've had. And I you and several other friends forced me to realize everyone doesn't think the way you do. Everyone doesn't break down things the way you do. And I have a habit of trying to force an opinion or my viewpoint. And sometimes it's not wanted all the time.
No.
But again, as a friend, you are able to say that to me and I receive it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because it's not interesting, but I guess that it's not reciprocated, because you take it so well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there's no real boundary when it comes to telling you how I feel about something.
And that's one of the things I demand. Tell me. I always say, put me in my place. Speak up. Like, if I say, I tell you specifically, stand up for yourself. Even if it's to me, like, no one has the right to make you feel, whether it's done with love or whatever. If it makes you feel some type of way, you say it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's something I'm learning, and about the whole boundaries and all of that. But you were saying something. And I think I cut you off. Tone, yes. Tone is very important.
I think tone is very important. Let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a voice memo person. I hate voice memos.
I will if a text, because text, you can read a text with the wrong connotation.
Absolutely.
Like what happened today. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not what because I did not want that to become a thing. So I sent a voice memo so she could hear,
Yeah.
how it was meant to come off.
Which I get, I guess in certain situations is appreciated, because it's really important for me and how sensitive I am to know exactly in which tone you're speaking to me with, because I will get lost in translation very, very quickly. And become very offended and defensive
with the okay.
And cry.
I was
just about to get there.
Okay.
Because I hate...
Go ahead, tell them.
It's more specifically in text messages, but I didn't realize even that it could even happen in person until I met Darrell.
Yeah.
Because, like when people text me, like, if I text Joshua, like, hey, I'm on my way home now. Okay.
Yeah.
What about okay, baby?
Oh, my God.
Or, okay, see you soon.
Okay, what did I say? Okay, it's a complete sentence, Jessica.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's not enough.
Okay, period.
That's so angry, though.
No,
like, what did I say?
No, it's not.
Are you okay? Is there something else?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. But then I feel like there are people who are very easy to read through text message. Like Vinny. I know exactly what he's feeling anytime he texts me.
Well, you've known him for more than half your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've knew this former friend for more than half my life, which why I knew. No. That they're
I wish I knew.
I wish I knew, and that's why the friendship had to end. But I appreciate. I don't know. I actually remember I sat in your car and I'm like, I'm happy God brought us together.
Oh,
and
I
I
cried.
Yes, I am a crybaby. I will cry anywhere, anytime, any place.
I am my mother's daughter.
Yeah.
I am very emotional. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
And I cry when people talk to me. I cry when people yell at me. I cry when I watch movies or listen to some songs.
Yeah, songs will do it. Songs will do it. Good food.
I cry when I read. I cry and I cry when I read birthday cards. Like everything makes me cry.
Yes.
And in good and bad situations. When I'm angry, when I'm so angry, oh my God, I cry.
Yeah.
Because I'm so angry. I'm happy, I cry. I'm sad, I cry.
Yeah.
I want to kill somebody, I'll probably cry about it. I'll probably cry about it. Like
I cry too.
That's my go-to emotion.
I don't know why.
I got honorable mention once.
Yeah.
In high school, so I wasn't a very good student all throughout my academic years.
Mm-hmm.
I C'd my way through every single class. I shined mostly in English and social studies and history.
Everybody's good at something. Everybody has that subject or subjects where they excel at.
Yeah. I think most of my excelling classes were the.
Well, you correct me a lot with my English.
I do. I'm a grammar Nazi.
Yes.
Kyle. And
oh my God.
I think the places where I excelled the most were the. Oh, I don't know what you call them. There's a certain word for them, the kind of the gap filler classes, choir and music. Electives, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had choir classes or instrumental music
I
or
had choir.
art. I
was in a band, of course.
You can't fail that.
Well, no, those classes are. What? No. We don't want to. Well, we have a whole music department here. We have a whole arts department. Those classes mean something.
Well, I'm talking about middle school. I didn't take any of those stuffs.
Those stuffs. English, yes. Those classes, I guess, in middle school, we could look at it as filling time, but I guess they teach structure and discipline and all of that, especially band and practice and all of that
so we
stuff.
had vocal choir as a class, but I was in the school's choir.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Before Before my voice changed.
Right.
My voice has not changed. That's the joke.
But besides those types of classes, I just didn't do really well in school, and my mom was just really worried. She was like, "Are you gonna like what? You good?
No,
you
you're
know?"
doing just fine.
I don't remember why I started talking about that. We were talking about school. I just wasn't a very good student.
Yeah.
But
I love school. I've always loved school.
Oh, I
was the kid though that had straight A's, but when
honorable.
I don't know if, because again I'm a little older than you. Thank you for telling the world, but
they did not think
we
we were
used
the same
to
age.
get like actual report card. I don't know if kids get report cards now. I don't even know.
Yes.
But we used to get actual report cards, and there were like letter grades and stuff.
I can't. Do you really think that our generations are that far apart?
I don't know. I don't know. It's no secret that I'm not the biggest fan. What are you, Gen Z?
Yeah.
I'm not your generation. What do I say? You guys are fucked. Sorry.
I can't stand millennial humor. Millennials don't bother me, but millennial humor is disgusting.
You guys are ridiculous. But back on topic.
Okay.
The report card, I was like the student that got the straight A's, but then there was a behavior grade. I don't know if students
The
still
title
get
of this
a behavior
episode
grade.
is Gen Z versus Millennial.
Oh my God.
I did it.
Right. And and I got straight A's, but I got F's in behavior. But that's because I was just very
Oh yeah, they
I was
did
an
like
a-hole as a kid. I really was.
monitor like those personality things.
But I was class president because see, I was the student that would say, and I'm still that person that they said it today at work. Darrell says the things that we think. But I was the student that would say things that the other kids wouldn't say, and the teachers didn't appreciate it. They liked me because I did my work and I was good at the work, but then my behavior was an issue because I was also the clown with the smart mouth and all of that stuff. But I was voted class president.
Yeah, I was.
Because
like
the students
to say,
liked, the dysfunction.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to talk about school.
They're like, you be the a-hole. I'm not going to get in trouble with my parents. Yeah.
Right.
But I was too dumb to see that.
I wouldn't say I was like a class clown, but I was definitely like, I would make certain comments like, oh my God. When it was so cringe, when I was like a freshman or something, we got to stay, it was like during like state testing, we were staying in this like upper class history classroom.
Yeah.
And the teacher was just like watching us, I guess. And he started talking about why you should hold the door open for a woman.
Okay.
And then, from there, kind of like our conversations went completely out of left field. And we were talking about like 14 different things.
Yeah, kind of like us now.
Yeah. And towards the end of it, like him having to like, supervise us and everything, I was just that like jerk off at the end that was like, so that is why you have to hold the door open for the woman. Whole classroom laughed. The whole classroom laughed. That was not funny. It's not funny. That's corny.
I found it funny.
Yeah, but as a teenager,
No,
I see the humor.
I found it funny.
Yeah, but I made cracked a couple jokes like that as a kid, but no, I was never like a class clown or disruptive. I was just lazy. Anytime my mom had to go to a parent teacher thing, it was like, Jessica's smart, but she's really lazy. And she could apply herself a lot more and have better grades than this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, sorry, lady.
Your mine was the complete opposite. He's really smart. His grades are fine, but his behavior.
So,
yeah.
I'd say, in a way to wrap up the episode, is just, be better in school. Don't be like me. Be like Darrell.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
And if you are like either of us, maybe you'll have Jessica. Maybe one day you'll go work for a dermatology company that you've never heard of, and you'll meet your best friend.
Yeah, I remember the day we met.
Yeah, we met in Kearney. Yeah, I was actually thinking about it not that long ago. I offered you a ride home.
Yeah, and I was like, no, this girl I don't know you. Yeah, I remember because my car,
get to know you.
My former Mariah, all my cars' names. Every car that I've ever had has been named Mariah.
My car's name is Stallion.
Yes.
Like the Italian stallion, like Rocky Balboa.
And Mariah was in the shop during this period, and you offered me a ride home, and I was like, no. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I'm okay.
And then I asked you what kind of cigarettes you smoke.
Yeah.
I was like, are those Marlborites? And you're like, no, they're Marlboro Menthol, actually.
No, I said Marlboro Menthol Ultralights.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, because Ultralights are better, people.
They're good for you.
Yeah, they're the healthy cigarette. Mm-hmm. No, but, so we talked about friendship, and we veered off like we do. We talked about, friends, and we veered off like we do. I think, but to circle back to that, friends are important. And I think that, I mean, you can live without friends. Obviously, you need food, air, water. You don't need friends. But I think psychologically, mentally, emotionally, you do need friends. You don't need friends to survive like you need air. You get what I'm trying to say?
I think people deserve
Exactly.
a circle, a small circle.
You're blessed if you have a circle. I think you life would be so much easier if you had just one good friend.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you are blessed to have a circle.
One good whole.
Yes. No, but it's friendship is very important, and I couldn't imagine my life without you. I couldn't imagine my life with, I'm going to name drop Kayla and Deshaun and
You've been
Matt
name dropped them.
and Chris, right, and Blue, and so on and so forth. Oh my gosh, I can't name everyone. Sorry, but
This is not the Oscars, sweetie.
I know we got an Oscar, but I don't want to imagine my life without all of you.
Yeah, I know.
And this is another thing about friendship. A real friend is happy for your accomplishments. There's no competition. You don't need to feel as though you're competing with your friends. I made the Dean's List. You were happy for me.
Yeah.
When
you got your car. Oh my God. And it was funny. We were having that conversation. I was like, I don't understand how to explain the way that I'm feeling.
Yes, you did say that.
Yeah. I
you
never
was like, I felt like I
before.
have a car. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, that's love. I was like,
No. But but it goes both ways. I genuinely love you. Like,
oh.
and I say it to you all the time.
Yeah.
I'll just say I love you. I'll just text you I love you. I'm very, very expressive with the people that I love because I truly believe it's important that the people you love know that you love them.
I love you too.
And I don't think it's corny to tell people you love them. All that stupid shit.
Do people think that?
Huh?
Do people think that?
There are people straight heterosexual men don't tell their friends they love them for the most part because it's not man. It's so stupid.
Oh,
I remember my brother had a story. He had a friend who was incarcerated, and they went to go see him. And when they were leaving, the guy who was incarcerated was like, "Love you, man," and like they all were like, they weren't uncomfortable, but they were taken aback by it, and I find that sad. Like, why? But I mean, but again, that's has more to do with like culture and what's wrong with our culture. But anyway, that's a whole different episode. But yeah, I think it's very important that the people you love know that you love them, and I will tell you till I can't tell you anymore that I love you. Like So
if there's one thing that you can take away from this episode is definitely tell your friends you love them.
Yes.
Tell your family that you love them.
Yes.
Remind people who need to know that you love them, that you love them.
Yes. I also I'll text you out of the blue and be like, you're a good person. Because sometimes not you, but just all of us. We need to be reminded of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know when somebody needs to pick me up.
Yeah.
And especially when you have that urge to text somebody randomly. Like, if you think you're just having a moment, that your moment could be something that person needed so much then.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have those moments when I'm like, I'm having a moment, like, I love you. I'm quite emotional too, and songs get me there. I know you said, I think you said here on the podcast, or maybe we were in the car.
It was today.
That you don't listen to you're not into lyrics.
Oh, it was last episode, yeah.
And I am very much into lyrics, and like today in the car when the song was playing, I was like, listen to the words, and you didn't. But
today?
Yes. I was like, listen to the words. But I'm very
because you said this song was about this person.
Yes.
I don't remember.
But I don't expect. I know you. But yeah, friendship.
It was a Taylor Swift song.
I love her.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Mm-hmm.
See, I listen.
Because you take them, you break them. Yeah. But Taylor Swift is brilliant. But anyway.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Friendship is important. Yes, let's wrap this up. Safe, So, sorry. Friendship is important. Everyone deserves friends. Again, everyone isn't blessed to have a circle, as you said. But if you have one good friend, that one person you can count on, you are blessed. And
Amen.
Yeah, cultivate good friends. Be a friend to yourself.
Right.
Oh my God, and that's an ongoing process. I'm still learning that. But yeah.
So
what do you have to say?
Nothing.
Oh.
I'm ready to go.
Oh my God.
My name's Jessica. Thank you for listening to Permission Granted.
Yes.
Again, you can find me on
Oh my
Instagram
God.
at Jessica Marie INT.
Yes.
Follow me.
Follow her. I don't have any social media. But yeah, you can check me out on the podcast. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for tuning into Permission Granted. I'm Darrell. This is Jessica. This is Mariah.
This is Harold.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.